I'm actually planning to do like a watch party of all 4 of the movies. Just because, like, why not? Because, like, again, I've only seen 3.0 and 4.0 once, and I'm like...
What, like on stream?
Yeah, on stream.
Oh, what, you press play?
Yeah. Because, like, Twitch has a thing for that
I
now.
might do that.
Okay, is there a thing for that now?
Yeah, there's a thing for that now.
Wait, what?
Like a watch party function.
How does that work?
So basically, it's like the Twitch thing. I think this is a relatively new thing, but basically, when you do a watch party together now, when you go to that person's Twitch page, the person streaming is actually in the corner now, and you get prompted to log into your Prime Video or Netflix.
Oh shit!
And it and it syncs up. Yeah,
dude,
and it's like a brand new thing now. Yeah, my Twitch partner.
I might stream now.
Yeah,
I might. No fucking
That's a
joke.
game changer.
Holy,
I can work and watch Netflix.
Yeah. So my Twitch partner was like, oh, since all the Ava movies are on Prime Video and Twitch has this new thing now, you can easily do a watch party. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, dude, let's do it.
He owns that too.
Yeah,
he owns all of these. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's of course on Amazon Prime.
So now you
can,
now you can cry on stream.
Yeah.
Or get very confused.
Okay, so I got to ask you, what was your reaction when? All right. What? Okay.
Obviously, no spoilers in this.
No
episode,
I just want to know what your reaction was when the credits started.
When the credits started rolling.
I'm sorry, Connor. I just need to gush.
I've literally never. I think that might be the first time in my life where the term dumbfounded is like actually eligible, because like I think if I had seen myself in the cinemas, right, I probably would have made a face like for the entire credits. Just because my brain, I don't think, could process what the fuck I just watched. And because I went to go see it with Ken Naruto, who was on the show.
Right.
And he was obviously, during the credits sequence, he was just like, oh, I know that animator. I know that animator. Meanwhile, like, what Ken was saying was just going in one ear and out the other. Because I was like, Ken, don't give me more information. I'm still trying to process everything I literally just watched.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. Like, I think the best way to describe 4.0 for me was, it was very bittersweet.
Yeah. Because
it's like, it's not until really those credits end and you walk out of the cinemas that you realize, oh, this is really it.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't going to be another movie anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there will be.
Maybe there will, but
maybe there'll be a spin-off or something.
This story has ended.
Yeah, this movie franchise has ended. Like, something I fucking grew up with my whole life.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I was like, is this how I'm going to feel when, like, One Piece ends? Or,
that's how I felt when Arthur got cancelled.
I don't even want to...
I can't believe they cancelled Arthur.
Yeah.
Arthur got cancelled?
Arthur got cancelled.
Arthur got cancelled?
Arthur got cancelled.
When?
Like right after the episode where I said Arthur will never be cancelled.
Are you serious?
It literally got cancelled.
Oh my god!
I just assumed Arthur was going to be there when I had like children.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, like I feel this is how, because I've obviously never experienced like a show I grew up with, like a big franchise like that, to just end in my lifetime, right? Like, I feel this is how it's going to be when like One Piece or like JoJo or like...
I don't even want to imagine when One Piece and JoJo ends.
Yeah, right? Like, I feel that emotion that I felt at the end of 4.0 is how I'm going to feel. And it's not a great feeling.
It was like, because it's rare in life now that I watch something and I feel something I've never felt before, which is exactly what I felt, because this is something I grew up with, something I always thought would be there, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just over.
It really does feel like a family pet has just died.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's something that it really is. It's like it's honestly, it's that same emotion.
Honestly, I started fucking bawling, man, because like, here's the thing, right? I wasn't even hyped for 4.0.
Yeah.
Right? Because like fucking 9 years had passed since the last film, and I'm just like, whatever, it's out. I'll watch it out of obligation.
Yeah.
I love Ava, but I could go my entire life without watching another Evangelion movie, and I would have been completely satisfied. So I watched it literally out of obligation.
Yeah.
And then like, I think the last half hour hit, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is this I'm feeling right now? Is this a feeling of closure? Am I closing a page in my life right now? I'm just like, what is this feeling? And then the end credits started rolling, and I just... process is the right word, because there are so many emotions coming up at once that I didn't know how to process them all.
Yeah.
And you just felt empty, and you just felt like I felt like a void, a fucking void in my life. And I'm just like,
There is
What?
nothing that's going to fill this hole up anymore.
That's why I need to talk about it. That's why I'm so desperate to.
Because I remember as well, like when the first posters for 4.0 got released in Japan, the tagline for it was "Sayonara Evangelion," which means goodbye Evangelion. And I was like, okay, that's kind of a cool, very very like artistic, like Eva kind of tagline. I didn't think anything of it, right?
Yeah.
But then when they said that line in the movie at a particular scene, I was like, no. Don't do this to me, man. Don't leave me. I'm sorry. I should have treated you better. I should have treated you better. I should have treated you more right. Don't leave me. Not now. And like that was the moment where I was like, oh, okay. Like that point I think really solidified to me how important this series was to me.
I'd forgotten it was until that moment. And like I've been doing ever since that movie, I've not been able to watch anything else. I've not been able to like play any games because I just feel like that emptiness.
You literally can't consume any other media for at least a week.
Yeah, because like I tried to, and I'm just like, this ain't Ava. This ain't Ava. Well, what's the point?
So I'm really scared to rewatch it.
Yeah, I tried playing a game of League, lost. And I'm just like, don't care. Whatever.
Is that how it felt the ending?
I'm just like, nothing's gonna fill this.
It's like that moment after you come, you just don't feel anything. you just sit there like.
That's what I'm saying, man.
No emotion.
I think I've just reached Zen.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've reached enlightenment. Like fuck being a monk, man. Like is this what it feels like? You just like an open book, and you're just like, I finally.
Who would have thought I could become a monk with a $6.99 membership?
I'm finally at peace with my life. And now I just wanted to get that out there, so I just want to move on with my life.
So for anyone watching this who's never seen Ava, we're not coming on to here saying that we recommend you to watch Ava. Because it's hard to recommend something.
It's hard to recommend now because you're not going to have the same experience that we had, where you just like where you grew up with this. So and like I said, if you're someone who's going in a tough time in your life, then I honestly recommend you experience it because maybe it will teach you something about yourself.
I was going to say, I was like, if you haven't had any struggles with mental health, is it hard to appreciate stuff like that?
I think so. Because after I watched Ava, I've just been binge watching so many like Ava analysis like videos, which is like my way of coping.
I think Ken and I had about a 6-hour conversation in an izakaya about just the movie we just watched the entire time.
And I think the video that I like related to the most in terms of what I felt when I watched the first time was
was Ava bridged.
No. Scamboli Reviews did a video called "You Don't Understand Ava." In sarcastic text, you know, where he basically broke down why Ava is like basically a really badly told plot and really he basically broke it down in a way where I completely agreed with him, or I would have completely agreed with him because that was basically what I was trying to say when I had watched it the first time. I just didn't resonate or relate to anything that was trying to be said.
No, me neither. I didn't really feel sorry for Shinji at all. I felt like I was supposed to.
Yeah.
But I was like,
that's the thing. The emotions were there, but the execution was not there.
I mean, I don't think like you were even supposed to feel sorry for him, right? Because exactly. Either you do feel sorry for him or you don't. Like a lot of people do because a lot of people relate to that kind of mental space, right? And that they can resonate with that. But like the series doesn't explicitly tell you should feel sorry for this person. This person is this. It's just that's kind of like the thing that maybe like not everyone will enjoy Ava. Not everyone should enjoy Ava. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to someone in a very healthy mental state because one, you probably wouldn't get it, and two, I wouldn't wish for you to be in a bad mental state to begin with to like get it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, BoJack I thought was great because I wasn't depressed watching it, but I certainly was after.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like things like BoJack and like we related Ava to BoJack, but I think like something like Oyasumi Punpun is probably closer in terms of like actually presenting a very sad story in a way that can get anyone of any mental state invested in the story of BoJack, right? Well, like BoJack in that case was told in a very like straightforward like, here's the thing that's fucked up. This is why you should feel sorry. And for most people, they felt sorry. It was easily presented. But like I feel Ava in that sense is almost so vague with what they want the viewer to feel.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, here are the emotions that you should be feeling, but we're not going to tell you to feel those emotions specifically. That's up to you to decide. Kind of thing.
Like I don't trust anyone who says they understand Ava. Like
No.
like you can spend all like.
Well, it just sounds like you can have an interpretation of Ava.
You can have an interpretation.
Oh, there's
of
many
Ava.
interpretations.
not like
of
an
it.
But to claim to understand Ava, I feel like it's just I honestly don't think it's possible. And I'm sure there are some Ava fans that are out there that are just like, I can't believe he said that.
Actually,
But like I've like spent so many fucking hours watching different people analyze it, different people's interpretation. But like there are so many different interpretations of the series to begin with that I just think that's the thing, right? There's a reason why we are still discussing it to this day, 26 years later.
Yeah.
And I think it'll always be discussed.
I remember it was a couple of years ago, I think, like when we were still in the rush of all these people, just analyzing every single piece of imagery from the TV series, right?
Yeah.
And one that got discussed a lot was when the angels explode, they create an explosion that looks like a cross.
Yeah.
And I watched so many analysis videos being like, this is why Arno chose the cross and why it's super symbolic and blah, 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 blah. And then a couple of years later, they came out with an interview with Arno and they were asking, so is there any reason why when the angels explodes, it turns into a cross? And he literally just said, I just think it looks cool. It doesn't mean anything. And all the anime YouTubers were like, we spent all this time analyzing something that he just put in because it looks cool. And I feel like that alone, to me, really showed the fact that Arno doesn't think this shit is deep. He just put it in because it's cool.
Also, if you're saying that you didn't have time or money to make a proper ending,
Yeah.
what's the odds that he had the time to be able to be like, no, change the explosion to a cross?
Yeah. Like this is why you should do this because it's symbolic to the story. No, because it's just a love letter to all the shit that Arno likes. He's like, I think the cross looks cool. Just add that shit in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, I would say that maybe he didn't make a conscious choice. He put stuff in just because it felt right and it looked right, and it created a certain tone, a certain mood, whatever.
Especially in 4.0.
And you can analyze that, but to say that everything had a purpose and everything was put there for a reason, I think no, not everything in Ava. I don't think Anno knew everything that he knew what he wanted to say in Ava.
I feel especially in 4.0 as well, there was so much shit in there. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Why is that there? Oh, fuck it. You know what? It's Arno. Just let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah.